everyone, welcome back to the Pillars of Eternity Let's Play. We're doing the ending area. Because... hey look, it's whale. We don't even care. We're just going to leave. Going to descend further. Oh, okay, apparently we cannot descend further yet. We have to activate this stupid thing. Floop, 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 floop. Oh look, more of these stupid shade things. Quickly everyone, run this way.
Still alive?
Oh crap, there's another one. Right.
That didn't work. Need to try something else.
Kill the Drake thingy first. Paralyze it again.
Still alive? I need something sharp.
Ugh. Die. Get rid of this Shadow Drake.
It's no use. I need something.
There it goes. There, that one goes. There that thing goes. And there that thing goes. Okay. Good riddance. How come we cannot go down there? Oh, because we go this way. You know, I never really understood that area. What's this? Meh. What's this? Meh. What's actually down here? I don't remember. I think within shades. I don't really care about that. Yeah. We'll just go. We'll just go. We'll just go. Grieving Mother might die in this last area, but I don't care. I believe this is the last area. I believe there are some items that we can grab here that are still better than what we've got. I don't remember. Poor Canna. We don't have any Canna with us this time around, but that's okay. He's happy. Woodstone, scroll of defense. Oh yes, we need to... okay. Dragon meat, yo. It's delicious. Everyone gets 2. Except, I guess, 1 person. Pelagina gets 1. Yeah, I guess Harabius doesn't actually need that one as much as Pelagina will. Okay. She gets the more extra scroll of defense. He can have the potions here. Alright. Potion of...
Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
Oh yeah, we're quick saving real fast. Grants suppress affliction. Yeah, whatever. Wait, what does this do? Lasting wounds. Whatever.
What is it?
I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
Might and resolve. Ooh. Cool.
This is a missionary, same as I was, taught the Oceanus. They have held off many would-be invaders.
You are ready to give a confession?
I'm ready to hear one from you.
Okay, quick saving again. Because here's the last place to battle. Do 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 do. Don't we hate those statues? You come to a circular room and blah blah blah.
You are far from your post, Inquisitor. What brings you here?
See if I'm telling the truth.
That woman sought only to destroy the foundations of peace and civility that my people sacrificed everything to build.
Is the entire Inquisition based on a lie?
The Inquisition was based on the need to cut the flesh from a rotting wound. They are monuments to Woodica's greatest servants among my people. We are in a sanctum holy to Woodica. There are others like it in service to the other. It had
Shaking now, having lost all patience for attack. No more evasion for you. Have to know. What is a god? Blah 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 blah.
There are many who continue to spread the lies of the apostate.
Yeah. We already know. We've had this conversation before.
How did you find it? Another in a string of acts of petty defiance. For all her knowledge, she always preferred spite over reason.
She should have obeyed. I asked one thing of all my followers. She was incapable, a waste of rare talent and intellect.
What of your cohorts, then? They have followed you to their deaths. Is it loyalty that brings them here? Or is it, as my agents suggest, that they have no direction of their own?
Your spies are good. What gave me away? The cape?
He doesn't have a cape. When the gods, when your god needed you most, you chose your country.
We were being invaded. Not by anyone who was acting like a god.
Then I should think your hometown gave you a hero's welcome when you returned.
They made cake. Hard to blame people for losing faith when it's the gods who are misbehaving.
Huh.
The gods argue over how best to prevent Kith society from destroying itself. These disruptions would not be necessary were mortal instinct not so diseased. What of you, Orlan? My agents told me you are far from home, both in distance and in years. Have your friends proven a worthy distraction from the pain of ostracism?
For some reason, his voice is very, very quiet. I don't know why this glitch still persists, but, you know, whatever.
Enlighten me, then. Is it Galloway you serve, or is it Wow?
Wow. I thought it was whale. Wow. Oh, you have both gods. Their due service for his murders and his eyes narrowed, but I am a servant to neither.
But such difficulty on the way. If you had only accepted that perhaps you were fit to serve neither god, just as you were unfit to serve your tribe, you might have saved yourself the trouble.
His face turns red, his ear stump twitching. The tribe was unfit to serve me. As he speaks, he jabs his finger in the air. And yes, I am not fit to serve any god. I only need to serve myself. Can you claim that, Thaus? Are you your own master, or are you just Woodica's wet nurse?
I serve all people, better than they will ever know.
Right.
Better to live a competent servant than an incompetent master.
Right.
I understand your Duke's bells gave you a mission.
I want to skip over this one, Thaus. Don't want to pick a fight you can't win.
Yet you disobeyed.
Yeah, we've already.
You are here because you are lost. The gods cannot reach everyone, I'm afraid.
I like how he
May you
completely
fare
skips
better
what's her
in your
face.
next lives.
And of course he skips inventory.
I gather you have had your soul awakened. Why else would you shadow my footsteps like some stray mongrel? You think I have something to offer you, but our business was concluded long ago.
One of us is going to die in this room. You may as well admit you lied to me before that.
I answered your questions once. That your soul is not fit to accept the answers is of little concern to me. I lied to no one. Not to you, not to anyone. The gods are real. They are everything we need them to be, and the world is better for it.
You've lied to everyone, yourself most of all. Wait a second, what's this one? Convinced me once that spreading your false face would end atrocities. Yet here you are, committing your own.
The
I
spread
like that
of
one.
our faith ended many such atrocities. I do what I must to ensure it continues to do. The heart of this country has skipped a beat, nothing more. I have done far worse. I plunged the peaceful kingdom of Telosus into civil war. I slew the monarch of Desantio, whose people never knew hardship under his rule, and replaced him with a cruel despot who brought them to ruin.
For what purpose?
When plague arrived at the great city of Arborensis, I saw to it that the cure did not. They piled their dead outside the city in heaps that rose above their walls.
We have nothing more to say to each other.
Hear me, Woodica.
Yeah, right. Well, here we go. Final battle. This should actually be interesting. And of course there's this gigantic lag spike here. Bleh. Lag spike. Bleh. Okay, so if I recall correctly, I need to send a dare up there. Everyone attack this. A dare go up there. You see if you can actually stun him. I don't think I can, but try anyway. I strike on that thing. Ravius needs to... I don't know.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna actually do anything. Stun that thing. Okay, cool. He needs to actually run away.
So much for you. That didn't work. Need to try something else.
Oh, wait a second. We need to eat all of our things. We never did. Silly me. Cool. Let's done this again. Ravius, you can eat yours. And let's start a lightning storm of this level. Oh no. He killed a dare. We'll have to revive him. What? What is that supposed to be used on? Corpses of falling... Oh, maybe he's not actually down. Yeah, he's still got a bit of... Wait, what? Or maybe not.
Blinder than a Horpox bat. Blinder than a Horpox bat.
Come on. You can kill it.
Curse your eyes.
Come on, you can kill it. Okay, we got it. I actually need to run though.
Still alive.
Okay, I'm dead. And so is she. Why can't he cast that? Okay, we'll summon a Greater Blight, I guess. Oh, Abattoir never ate his dragon meat. Whatever.
Come on, get back on your
I
feet.
think we
need
lost
you.
this fight.
Our comrade has fallen. Fight harder. Consider it dead.
Yeah, we might have to reload. This Ravius is amazing. Yeah, I don't think he'll survive. Okay, we're gonna reload the quick save, and I'm gonna remember to eat all of our stuff this time around. You know, pre-buff. Silly me. I need to remember. Building the Warden's Lodge in your stronghold grants access to a variety of bounties. So we can kill that one thing pretty quickly, but having what's his face on. Maybe we'll have someone to attack Theos to distract him. Okay.
Of course.
I'd have to remember how far we need to go. Okay. Eat that. Eat that. Eat that. Eat that. Eat that. Eat that. Okay.
Of course.
Blah 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 blah. I have to skip through all this stupid dialogue again. Okay. How did you find this place? Blah 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 blah.
How did you find it? Hear me, Woodick.
Perhaps we'll quick save this time around, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna create a new save file here so they can load back to this point in time. There we go. Alright, you're gonna go that way, you're gonna go that way. Ravius actually needs to come down here first. Abattoir can actually take care of this thing, of him. Even though he probably would deal the most damage to that thing, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah?
What does this do again? Disease-based corrodor damage that does damage over time. Yeah. I'll use this.
Ready, son.
And we'll use body attunement. Borrowed instinct.
So much.
And Mind Plague? Confusing and dazing them for rapidly jumping up to 5 enemies. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Pain block. We'll give that to him. Abattoir's down. Kill this thing fast. Alright, let's summon some blights. I'll summon my Edra beetle. He should summon his beetles. Cool, okay, you go attack him.
Well,
What's this? Secret Horrors. Call Agony. Not sure about that one. Let's do this one. Let's burn him.
So much for you.
Okay, we got that one. I think we can go focus. What's his face? Pelagina, you need to get him tore back up. I don't care if what's her face dies. Although she does need to be helping out. Let's see if we can use him. Okay, inventory, you need to come back around here. I'm gonna fight this thing. Body attunement on it. Let's see if you can get that down.
Hey.
Does he have? No. We're gonna eat this again then. We're gonna use the storm actually. Extraordinary defense. Theos is actually getting hit. Sworn enemy on this thing. Light him. Oh, that's bad. Let's create another blight then. Crap, I'm down completely. That's not good. Can I strike this thing? Let's get it. Come on. Come on. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it.
I'm fine. Just a little blood loss.
Come on. We can do this. This thing's near death. Come on. Come on. It's almost dead. Come on. It's almost dead. Come on. It's almost dead. Come on. Can I like lance this thing? Come on.
Well now, this is testing my...
Yes, we got it. Everyone attack him. Let's see if we can't see. What does this do? No. I want like single target things on him.
I am doing...
Moon well around him. And what can she use against him? We call agony.
Me too.
I'll use lightning strike. I think we're gonna get him this time around. That'd be great. Oh boy. Oh, we got him. He's stunned. He's got stunned, that one. Nice. What does this do? Firebrand? I'm not sure I want that. Hold beast? No. What's this? Autumn Decay. Creates a cone of purification, causing corrosive damage, more damage over time. Effect. Meh. What does this do? Wood skin. Not sure I want that. Town's reach. Nature's vigor. Not sure I want that actually. Nature's mark. We can use that on him. Yeah, that stun's really nice on him. I think we got him. That lightning alone. Yes! He exploded too. Oh, sweet goodness, we got him. Sweet. Can't believe it. We beat the game without cheating. At your feet rests the body of Theos. Hollow, the dense wrinkles shaped by the silent shouldering of an eternal burden now smooth across his color-drained face. His soul remains still for the moment, defenseless, its energy expended in defeat. It lies sprawled across his body like a death shroud.
I hope this is the end, but what's to stop him from being born again with the same ill intent? And before you suggest the option, no, I'm not eating his soul. I'll put almost anything in my mouth, but not that.
Oh my gosh.
Thousands of souls he has tortured. Would that he could live those sufferings 1,000 times himself.
In his own way, Theos must have truly believed he was caring for the people of Aora, protecting them from themselves. A shame his soul won't have a chance to reflect on his errors before it enters the wheel.
Some point, you have to look at the things your god is telling you to do. And ask yourself if it's worth it.
Yeah. With a deep breath, you plunge into Theos' soul, and where in Brackenbury it had been a maze of narrow corridors and dead ends, now it is an expansive and borderless, its walls crumbling into heaps like the ruins of Engwith as you pass through them. Ugh, excuse me. You travel for what seems like ages, rushing to a known destination, a memory you glimpsed once before. At last you see it no more than a pinprick of light at the end of the long tunnel, expanding slowly at first, then quickly as you near. There'll be a bit of background noise probably. You come out in the room you're standing in now, but it is new and pristine and filled with people, thousands of them, all turned towards the great Pillar and the machine that encases it. Theo stands at the machine, and you are one with him now. You look out at the crowd and faces of shriveled old men and cherub-cheeked little girls, at mothers bouncing infants to quiet them, and fathers clasping their children's restless hands and watching you with somber acceptance. A woman with tears in her eyes gives you a small nod. You turn back toward the machine, your breaths constricted beneath the weight of unwanted knowledge, preparing yourself to set out alone on a journey without end. You close your eyes and open them again to find the machine still in front of you, beckoning. You take your place in front of it and place your hands upon a large mechanical disc at the base of the great crystal column and speak a single word. Giant rings creak to life, building speed, setting arrays of carved draconic mouths aglow and sending tremors through the platform beneath you. The entire room shakes now with the force of the accelerating machine, all sound drowned out by its deep, deafening thrum. Brilliant tendrils of light arc outward from the pillar in all directions, and you look over your shoulder to see them engulfing the crowd, burning them brightly like hot iron. One by one, the tendrils disappear, leaving ashen effigies where people once stood, many of them disintegrated into gray heaps under the stress of the tremors. You look above to the Pillar, and glowing spherical mass has begun to coalesce atop the column where the arcs converge. It grows and pulses, translucent and bulbous, like some immense chrysalis suspended in slow rotation, as though it were being spun from the arcs of light. When the last arc disappears, the spectral mass hangs a moment, no longer rotating, so bright you must shield your eyes with an outstretched hand, and it seems to you as though it is looking at you. You bow your head in acknowledgement and look back up to see it melt into the pillar like warm candle wax. The pillar flares with a flash of light, bright as the sun itself, then fades to darkness. The machine slows down to an abrupt halt, and when the last echo of its grinding cogs has passed, the chamber is still, and you are alone. From all sides, reality begins to bleed in through the memory, and you find yourself in your own skin once more, looking down on Theos' lifeless body. You sense a listlessness to Theos' soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its immediate escape and makes it vulnerable to manipulation. You feel as though your victory has given you some kind of hold over it, and you are able to do with it as you please. So we can return it to the cycle, tear the soul apart, banish his soul to someplace, destroy all memories contained within, or tear his soul apart. Well, it's the twice tear their soul apart. I think justice would be banishing him. There can be no forgiveness for your deeds, only justice. You shall escape judgment no longer. Perhaps this is the best place in the world for Theos, somewhere where he can't cause further harm. Still, you eventually found Yavara. What is a few thousand years to someone like him? You regard Theos' soul still and subdued, and your pronouncement seems to empower your spirit. Your will seems to you now a thick chain, and you wind it around Theos, constraining all movement, eliminating any possible last means of resistance. You call to mind the eternal prison, the vast empty cavern, and its cells of Adra, vacated by souls that chose to betray themselves in order to escape an infinite abyss of hopeless self-reflection. You choose a vacant pillar and pour your consciousness into it, creating a perfect, inescapable hollow with space for one. And now you gather up Theos' soul and bear it to the pillar like some bodiless jailer conjured by justice itself. You can feel its resistance now, the abject terror radiating from it, but your bindings will not be broken. When at last it is sealed away, you begin to recede back to your center. You could almost swear you hear a distant wordless cry for mercy. It's stillness that follows. A single word echoes through your mind, a word you spoke when you were one with Theos in an ancient memory. You realize it is the word that activates the machine. Now, beforehand, when I did this, I actually destroyed all memories of him, if I recall. Now it is up to me to activate this machine. And everyone wants to talk to me, of course, except for him, Tor. He's the stoic type that doesn't really give a crap. So, that is actually in his character.
Theos, he had hold of your soul from a long time back, seems like. You get what you needed from him?
I got justice.
Not many can say that these days. Not with the gods using the world to settle their problems. You'll be feeling better soon then. Good. That's real good. You got it figured out what you're going to do about all that?
Yes.
Got a lot of people out there thinking they've been abandoned by their gods. There's not much that'll put the fear in you more than that. You can take my word for it. If it was in my power, and I know it's not, but if it was, I'd find a way to give them the courage to face it. Not because they think there's some god looking out for them, but because they've just got it in them. And after what you've been through, though, I'm sure you got your own ideas. Better make it good.
So much for Theos, then.
The membranes of Pelagina's golden eyes sleep out and retract as she gazes into the great machine.
Now you have a chance to set things right, back to the proper order of things. It will take the Deerwood generations to recover, but at least these souls will find their way back to the wheel, as it should be.
She thinks it's to go back to the wheel.
Victory looks good on you. There was a blur about your soul that lingers no more. Seems putting Theos to rest has given you some measure of inner peace. Of course, now you need to decide what to do with these trapped souls.
But I speak out of turn, he says with a blush. This is your decision, my watcher friend. You should trust your own instincts. I am honored to have been a part of your journey, regardless of what happens next. She got really damaged during that fight.
Theos may be gone, but his crimes, the wounds he has inflicted, remain. And yet, if we would free ourselves from his legacy, you must first free the souls he has trapped. His work cannot be undone. Chaining these souls to broken lives will only prolong it.
You're right.
It is not the easy choice, Watcher. But much ill comes from forcing the world into a shape that does not fit it. We must allow for the mercies of the cycle to heal the lost, and live with our wounds for a time.
I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. Bit of a lag spike here too, but you know, whatever. With your companions bearing witness, you step up to the place where Theos once stood before his people long ago. The great machine lies in front of you, idle, ready. You have seen this machine and others like it in operation. You understand how it works. It is a device for directing souls. As a watcher, it would be a simple matter to influence that direction, though as big as the machine is, it may be the last thing you ever do. There's a shrieking of stone grinding against stone as old cogs loosen and begin to turn. You have only moments before the souls will be sent into the Adra vein. This will be your only chance at redirecting them. So we either send the souls back into the reincarnation cycle, return the souls to the bodies where they were intended for, entropically disintegrate the souls ending their existence, or distribute the existing souls across the Deerwood to strengthen them. That is what Galawain wanted me to do. I think that's what Adair wants me to do as well. But, I'm going to go with this one. Return the souls to the bodies they were intended for. Because, you know, that's what Halea wanted me to do, and in my philosophy, I think that's what the right thing to do is. You close your eyes and expand your perception outward, taking in the immense totality of the tens of thousands of souls orbiting the chamber. Your grasp on the souls is tenuous. You find yourself fighting to keep them all within your influence, and you can feel them slipping away from you as the machine gains speed. A brief moment comes when it feels as though you hold all of them at once, and their force is so great it feels as though they will tear you apart. Yeah, we won the game. That's the achievement that I got that you can't not see. In that moment, you dedicate your entire being to bending their orbit, channeling their flow in a new direction. And white screen! The game
At
crashed.
your command, the ancient device became your instrument, spinning to life with deafening resonance and gathering up the swirling essence like thread on a great spindle. There, in the pale, pulsing glow of the machine that set you on this path long ago, you summoned all your strength, focusing on your objective and blocking out all else. With a single concussive blast that rocked the chamber and sent you tumbling to the ground, you freed the souls from their stasis. Exhausted, your consciousness slipping away, your last sight was of the machine, dark and dormant. Then your eyes closed, and sleep welcomed you at long last. After coming to and searching for some time, you discovered the route Theos used to enter Sun and Shadow, and embarked on a long and arduous ascent back to the surface. You emerged in Terra Evron after days of tunneling through the rubble Theos had left behind, and when you stepped into the daylight, you were faced with a different Deerwood than the one you had left. At your direction, the souls diverted by Theos were guided back to the vessels originally meant for them. For the first time, parents of hollow-born children woke to the cries of their infants, and looked into their eyes to see them staring back. People fell to their knees where they stood, thanking Helia or Mogren, or even Aethys for their forgiveness of whatever guilt they felt they bore. But for all the relief that had come to some parents, others only found new grief. For many thousands of Hollowborn had died during Wideone's legacy, many by their parents' own hands. For those children, there would be no homecoming. Yet the last Hollow birth was in the past now, and those parents willing to risk trying for a new child were frequently rewarded, often with twins. Many felt they saw Helia's hand in it, and the year would be remembered as the Year of Helia's Splendor. It is said that Galawain is the enforcer of the gods, and is known to hunt down those who wrong them. To wrong Galawain, then, is truly to wake the beast, and the father of monsters took great umbrage at your broken promise to him.
Oh.
Along with Mogren and Abaddon, Galawain embarked upon a more direct approach to claiming his quarry. In the months that followed, the frontier settlements of Deerwood were inexplicably attacked by packs of beasts and monsters, suddenly organized and unafraid to approach Kith on their own land. Many such villages were all but destroyed by the time troops could be dispatched from local garrisons.
That sucks. I didn't stop them?
Those
Seriously?
that weren't destroyed by the beasts of Galawain often found themselves at the mercy of the fires of Mogren. A dry spell throughout Deerwood led to a rash of forest fires on a scale not seen since the War of Black Trees, and many settlements paid the price for their proximity to the wilderness. In the cities, meanwhile, dabblers in animancy who had placed souls into golems and other moving vessels soon found that their creations had risen up against them. Such constructs terrorized their surroundings, killing indiscriminately and often in great numbers before being subdued.
Derp.
Lord Radric's zeal had brought him back to life once, but it would not do so again. Radric's destruction at your hands spelled the end of his suffocating rule over Gilded Vale and the surrounding area. In his absence, the village prospered, becoming a popular destination for new settlers anxious to leave Defiance Bay after the riots. Without a nearby ruler, it also grew more wild, with many settlers moving on as soon as they'd arrived, turned off by lawlessness that was excessive even by Deerwooden standards. Nevertheless, despite the challenges of living there, Gilded Vale had survived, and would continue to survive for the foreseeable future. Following the assassinations of Duke Avar Wolfgren and Lady Webb, Defiance Bay was thrown into political upheaval. In the ensuing weeks, the streets had become the domain of looters and blackguards. Few dared to step outside their own doors alone or unarmed. But order was soon re-established by the Knights of the Crucible, who, despite their depleted numbers, had gained favor in the public eye for their role in the unraveling of the conspiracy surrounding Wideone's legacy, and were quickly reinforced by returning forces from Fleetbreaker Castle. For the Knights, their resurgence marked a return to the tradition as well. Having seen firsthand the dangers presented by dabblers in animancy, the Order quickly abolished the practice internally, preferring the familiarity of their hammers and forges to the uncertainties of Essence and Adra. Their identity rediscovered, the Knights suppressed their political aspirations and began once again to train their recruits in the art of blacksmithing, recapturing the post-revolutionary ideals of Deerwood and regaining the respect of its citizens as a result.
Yay, Crucible Knights.
Though the machine atop Ter Noaneth had been disabled, it had not seen its last use. Heritage Hill was rebuilt, and no sooner had the first families moved in to resettle the district than members of the Leaden Key, acting under standing orders from their Grand Master, climbed the tower and reactivated the machine. The initiates slew a handful of the new settlers under cover of night and watched as history repeated itself, the victims reanimating and devouring the survivors. After this second incident, the district would remain abandoned.
We should have suggested to destroy that
The
thing.
Duke's assassination at the apparent hands of an animancer had caused catastrophic rioting in the streets of Defiance Bay. But those who had escaped the melee in the palace hearings remembered the testimonies of the strange guest who had shown up that day and absolved animancy, implicating the Leaden Key instead. The rumor spread quickly, and soon the popular belief was that the assassin had been a Leaden Key spy. When the legacy had lifted, people came to see it not as a sign that the riots had been according to the god's wishes, as Theos had hoped, but as a confirmation that animancy had never been the source of the problem in the first place. Deerwoodans instead convinced themselves that the riots had somehow purged Defiance Bay of Leaden Key spies, and that the end of Widewind's legacy was their well-deserved reward. The rage against animancers was quickly forgotten, and those who had survived were permitted to return to Brackenberry Sanitarium and rebuild it so they might resume their studies. The town of Deerford had seen the last of the cult of Scan. Dark rumors about the town's many curses quickly faded, and travelers soon returned. The fortress of Cadnua emerged as a bastion of security in the midst of an untamed land, becoming the envy of every Thane and Earl in Deerwood. Legend grew over time of its impregnability, and stories of formidable invaders easily scattered by the keep's defenses became popular around the hearths of Deerwoodinians. Likewise, it also became a beacon to travelers, merchants, and visiting dignitaries alike. Reputed as the finest fortress in all Deerwood, people would journey from near and distant lands alike to experience its fabled hospitality and grandeur. Palagina had gone against the Duke's Bell's orders by inventing a new trade arrangement with the Anamenfath to accommodate the recovering Deerwooden market. With the Deerwood's people still weakened by Widewind's legacy, the Valian Republics easily pushed their would-be competitors out of the market. For her outrageous insubordination and audacity, Palagina was banished from the Republics. She traveled north in the Eastern Reach, avoiding Valian ports and entering the ranks of the kind wayfarers. Despite her bravery and dedication to those in her care, her strange appearance made her feel like an outsider wherever she went.
Pelagina.
Adair chose not to return home to Gilded Vale. Still most comfortable far from cities, he settled in Deerford, which, like many towns in the Deerwood, was beginning the slow process of rebuilding. Believing now that it was the obligation of Kith to be the leaders their gods had not, Adair was soon named mayor of the town, and under his guidance, Deerford soon began to prosper.
Ooh.
He expelled the last of the Scanites from the area and drew new settlers with the offer of land, a trick he had learned from someone he otherwise preferred to forget. With each passing day, Deerford would come to more closely resemble the Gilded Vale of Adair's childhood, the one worthy of its name.
Nice.
With both their aims fulfilled, Kanarua bid the Watcher farewell and sailed back to his beloved Rawatai. There, he reported on his findings to the Lore College. Kana spoke of the Engwithan people, describing both their vile experiments and their inspiring accomplishments. He spoke too of the destruction of the tablet by the Leaden Key, and the group's efforts to erase the Engwithan legacy from the world. Both inspiration and cautionary tales, he said, could be found in the world beyond Rawatai's borders. Kana urged his people to continue to pursue knowledge abroad so that the lessons found there might benefit Tekoa. Kana's inability to prove his theory of Engwithan influence diminished his academic standing, but his passion drew much interest from those less concerned with degrees.
Oops.
Kana swiftly became an influential figure in the move toward a more collaborative approach to expansion on the northern continent. In his personal life, he came to enjoy the reputation of an affable eccentric, willing to share grand and impossible secrets, along with a drink and a song. With Theos defeated and the souls released from Sun and Shadow, healthy children were born once again in the Deerwood. The grieving mother sought a place where she might do penance for the birthing bell. She returned to Deerford, where, to the astonishment of the villagers, she delivered the first healthy child in over a decade. She remained there, and with each new birth, she saw a measure of hope restored to the Deerwood, and a measure of grace for her own troubled past.
Yay.
For you, the death of Theos brought an end to your waking visions, and a silence to the whispers of the past. In their absence, you were able to sleep. The questions of a distant lifetime ceased to trouble your soul. All that remained was what to make of the answer. But at the moment, there was little to be done, and the matter would have to wait. A long journey loomed ahead.
Well, that's the end. So, yeah, it didn't get any ending for Haravius, but that's okay. It doesn't show Durance's ending, but that's okay. It doesn't show Aleth's ending, but you know, we'll upload the video of my original impression of the ending there. So yeah, thank you for watching this Let's Play on Pillars of Eternity. It's been quite a joy. And maybe someday when I've got a better computer and faster load times, I'll actually do another one. I don't know. And we'll choose some different things. Maybe I'll be more of a stoic and aggressive person. Maybe cruel. Maybe I'll be I don't know. We'll have to see. But it's definitely a fun game. It doesn't precisely live up to Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 in my opinion, but it's still a great game. But at least it's in a way worthy of the Infinity Engine games. So that's all I really care about, and it's similar enough that I enjoy it just as I enjoyed them. So yeah. It's definitely got a lot of flaws though, and most of them throughout this Let's Play have been bugs, and that's been always kind of annoying, but you know, I'm impressed that I actually managed to beat the game without cheating, but yeah, I guess it wasn't that hard. You know, ciphers are overpowered, but yes, so thank you for watching this Let's Play. Hope to see you in future Let's Plays and videos, and I still need to complete Baldur's Gate 2, so if you like Infinity Engine games like this, I would definitely recommend checking out my Baldur's Gate Let's Play and also my Baldur's Gate 2 Let's Play, although I haven't really gotten very far in that one yet. But I will start making more videos of that. So once again, thank you, and we'll see you next time.